Hi guys, so today we'll be solving this DSA problem called valid Sudoku. So this says that we have a 9 by 9 Sudoku board, which is this, and we have to determine if it is valid or not. So we have to determine this whole Sudoku is valid or not, and there are three rules to check. First, that each row must contain the digits without repetition. So basically, this row shouldn't contain repeating elements. So for example, this row 537, so there can't be an other element 5. Similarly, the next rule is each column must contain the digits 1 to 9 without repetition. So every column should also not have a duplicate element. So for example, if I am having 5 here, so I can't have 5 in the remaining boxes. Each of the 3 by 3 sub-boxes of the grid must contain the digits 1 to 9 without repetition. So 3 by 3 box meaning this 3 by 3 box. So this box should also not contain similar elements. So it should all have unique elements from 1 to 9. So basically if I am having 6 here, so the elements which are empty here can't have 6. Now let's jump onto this input and output. So we'll be getting input in form of 2D array, where my first element of the array will be representing the first row, likewise, and the second row, third row. And if you see in the input, they have represented the empty places with a dot. So basically if we have 5 here, 5, 3, 3, and then we get a empty place which is represented by a dot. So since this is a valid Sudoku, it returns as true. So the value will be either true or it will false. It will be false. Now in the next question, the value, it's simply the same copy of this Sudoku, and they just replaced 5 with 8. But since 8 is there already, if you see here, so it will be invalid. So now we'll try to write the code. So for unique elements, we generally use set because set do not contain duplicate elements. So since we have to solve for every row, for every column, and for every box, so I'll create separate sets for three of the things, like the row, which will be a new set. Then we'll have column, that will be a new set, and then we'll have for the 3 by 3 box, which is this sub boxes. So I've created three sets. Now we'll try to traverse through the array. How we can traverse through is using um, two loops. So how we can do that is for I equals to 0, I is less than 9, since it's already told us that it's a 9 by 9 Sudoku board. And we'll try to run another loop within from j equals to 0 to j less than 9 and j plus plus. So how we can get the value in each box is using a board of I of j. Correct? Now since we don't have to do any operation on the empty element, so we'll try to skip that. So how we can skip that is, if val equals to dot, then we can continue. Sorry. Right, now we have to do the operation on the elements that are having value. So how we can do that is, so we'll create a key kind of thing for every row element, for every column element, and for every box element. So how we can do that is, we'll create a pattern. So for example, for about what I mean to say is, for row, so first if I am having 0th element of row, so it will be like 0r5. This is the value, this is the 0th row, and this is a pattern that I've created for any row element. Now for column, likewise I can do 0 c 5, right? For box element, first of all, to get this box element, I have to do I by 3. That will be math.floor we can use. And what we can do is I by 3 plus b plus j by 3 plus b plus the value. Okay, for this sub boxes. And then this is type of key that I'll be using in my sets. So this will go into my row set, this will go into my column set, and this would be going into my box set. Now the next thing that we have to do is, after creating these patterns, we have to check if the created pattern is already there in the set or not. If it is there, then it will return false. So we have to check all the three conditions. Now if it is not there, then that means it's a valid Sudoku and all the elements are unique in the Sudoku. Now how we can code this? So for example, we have to create, what I said was we have to create a pattern. So how we can do that is, we can take row key as a variable where we'll be storing the pattern. We will take I and we'll take R plus the value. Then we'll take column key, that is equal to J plus C plus the value. And for the box key, what we can do is we can do math.floor I by 3 plus the box element, and similarly we'll do it for J by 3 plus B and plus the value. Now what we have to do is we have to check each of this pattern is there in the set or not, else we will add it into the set. Dot has row, dot has row key or column dot has call key or your box dot has box key, then we'll be returning false, else we'll be adding that to the set. So how we can add that? So generally sets have the method called add, so we can do row dot add row key and column dot add call key, and for similarly for box we can do box key. Correct. And if it doesn't return to false, obviously, so it will return true, that means it's uh, a valid Sudoku. So how we can check that? Let's test against the test cases that LeetCode has provided us. Okay, so some issue here, sorry, spelling mistake. Now I'll try to run it again. Okay, row key is not defined. Yeah, sure, why not? We'll do this camel case, row key, call key, and the box key. I will try to run it. I hope it runs now. Sorry. Sure, why not? Call key, spelling mistakes from my end. I hope it works now. Should work now. Cool, it passed the 2 test cases. Now let's see if it passes all the test cases that LeetCode has against this. Cool, so I think it's accepted. Now, if you have any more optimized solution to this question, please add that into the comments. I'll be looking into it and making my solution more optimized. This is what I had in mind while solving this question. So, thank you.